Sean, you know that feeling after a storm has passed and there's kind of an eerie calm? It's not like an earthquake where you're waiting for aftershocks, but there's like a calm. The sky is clear. Um, you know what type feeling I'm talking about?
The calm after the storm.
Yes, that's what it's called.
Oh, there's the calm before the storm too.
Oh, did I say before?
No, you said after. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, no, not the calm before the storm, because then you're anticipating,
Yeah,
something bad happening. The calm after the storm, that's how I feel rolling into 2025. And I was telling the boys last night because we're trying to describe, our intention, our feeling going into the new year. And I was very long winded. I couldn't figure it out until someone said something, and then it hit me. Um, I want to just stand in possibility, no expectations. I know that you and I want to sit down and go through our 2025 list. I do want to do that. I want to hear all your goals, but I'm not feeling the whole the whole new year. I'm gonna do all these things, and I don't have. This is the first year I don't have that kind of crazy drive.
great, amazing.
I don't know if I've given up on life or if I have extra tree rings.
Wait, oh, extra tree rings?
Yeah, wisdom, calmness.
I just love the way you talk, man.
Everyone, we have to give Sean a couple seconds. Assembly is required when we have conversations.
Yeah, well, mainly when I'm talking to you. Other people just like use regular
It's
words.
not him. It's me. It's me actually. Yeah. Tree rings. The fuck he's talking about? Tree.
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
you're just wiser. Maybe you're less attached to outcome. Maybe you've already accomplished a lot and you realize that you're grateful for a lot of the stuff that you already have.
I don't put a lot of weight on accomplishment right now, which is a good feeling because I have for most of my life, just trying to chase and build things, and or maybe I'm just tired, man. I don't know. How are you feeling? A week into the new year.
This morning, great, but I had 3 really intense days, really low, super depressed. But before that,
Mm,
that reminds me of this thing about like, can you want what you already have? Like, can you learn to want what you already have rather than to
right.
strive for something
Right.
that you don't have?
That's very hard in our world.
It is, but it
That's
feels like a
very hard
hack,
in our world.
right? To be like,
Yeah.
oh man, I want, a house in Altadena with
Yeah.
a 4-year-old daughter, with a wife named Vanessa, with a Hyundai in the driveway. Like, you just get excited about what you are.
Stop with the Hyundai. Don't ever say that word again. Sean, I'm being serious. I'm being serious, man. As a car enthusiast, I just stop, dude. Stop.
So can
I've
we?
never wanted a Hyundai in the driveway, first of all. Never in
What
my
I
life.
was thinking about your car yesterday, actually, because I was also thinking about like how you ways of you the way you talk, right? You're like, yeah, man, it's got to have pistons.
Yeah.
Um, and it doesn't have pistons, but it will pipe audio, right? Like engine
Yeah.
noises into the cabin, which I
Yeah.
think is kind of insane.
I used to hate that. I thought it was fraudulent. And when electric vehicles came out and they started piping in artificial engine noise, I was like, I would never buy a car like that. You know? But now I kind of like I hear that it's convincing, and I mean, everyone's doing it. So like, what are you gonna do? I don't make cars.
But I've never heard it. It sounds kind of good, is what you're saying.
You can't really tell. They also slightly do them in BMWs, where when you're driving an EV or a hybrid, you can't tell that it's not the engine noise. And it tricks your brain, and you just get used to it. It sounds like it's not an electric vehicle. Yeah, it
What
works.
about the creepy music that EVs
Mm-hmm.
have to make on the outside? I kind of like that. The like little
It sounds
howling,
like a
weird little
spaceship.
like, yeah, I like a Jetsons. It's like a Jetsons thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Getting used to it.
I had a
Anyway,
sponsor in AA. Speaking of like achieving and like striving and all that stuff, and I guess this is a good topic for today, but he used to say, if what I already have isn't enough, what makes me think that more will be any better?
yeah. Well, I know that
Hold on. John's got to
I
clear
gotta
his
mute my
throat.
mic.
Hold on. He's going to mute and he's going to
I don't even know how to mute it.
Just click the mic button. Got to go red. It's morning stuff. Hey guys.
My dream was to live in Hollywood Hills growing up in Los Angeles. Giant house in the hills, come out in a robe, cigar in my hand, just looking down at Los Angeles. That dream did not come true. But up here in Altadena, every time I come out or I'm in the garage or I'm having my cup of coffee out here, I hear the parrots. The feeling that I've always wanted, I have, even though it doesn't look like what I wanted. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so even with that, and I have so much gratitude to have landed here. It's a different type of hills. It's not the Hollywood Hills, but I wouldn't be anywhere else in Los Angeles. At the same time, now I want to remodel my house. Now I want this. Now I want to buy the house behind me. Like all these things that kind of come into my brain where I feel like I'm not there yet, or this life I have is incomplete. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that never ends, man. I think when you get what you want, you're always going to want to modify. Or now, if I could only just get this one more piece. Now, if I could only get to 1 million followers. Now, if I, all that stuff.
Oh, I think it ends for some people. Some people just don't have this drive. They're just happy with what they have.
I want to have what she's having. I want that feeling.
Yeah, I mean that never ends though. That's the problem.
Well, you said it does that for some people. You said for some people they get kind of what they want and they're completely happy and they're okay. They don't.
No, I think those people have been like that from the beginning.
Oh,
yeah,
they're conditioned to be like that.
Yeah, they're just they didn't get the thing that we have. This like addictive drive for more.
Why were you depressed for 3 days?
I used nicotine over the holidays.
Okay,
and I think there's a piece of that. This is all gonna lead into a conversation around dopamine, but
yeah, Shaun and I's favorite drug.
Yeah, I call myself a dopamine monster.
Monster's kind of harsh. I don't think you're a. I mean, if you're a dopamine monster, then so am I for sure. But
I think we are. So there's that. There's also this like around the holidays, I like that no one else is working.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
And so because I don't work a lot, and so I'm like, oh, finally, everyone else is not working a lot, and then after New Year's rolls around, people are going back to work, and then I kind of feel like a deadbeat. So there's that.
Why do you feel like you don't work a lot? I don't see you that way.
I know, but that's how I see me. Because I don't work a lot. Like I work like a part-time job basically.
Yeah.
Do
you feel with the nicotine? Do you feel are you like punishing yourself, or do you feel bad that you fell off the wagon?
No, it's fine. It's fine because I everything is a learning opportunity. It's all an opportunity for growth and more. I don't know, awareness, right? It's funny. I forgot who I was watching. An actor, I think he might have been in like Grey's Anatomy or something, and he was just like, I don't want to work. I don't like working.
Right.
And he's just so honest about that. I'm like, yeah, me neither. Like, I don't want to work either. And like some people are just like driven to work, and like I'm not particularly.
Yeah, I'm very different than you. I can easily be a workaholic as long as the work I'm doing, I'm passionate about it and I like it. I can't punch a clock. I can't put on a shirt and tie. But the stuff that I do, if I don't consciously put it away, then I can fall into that. And then other parts of my life, relationships can start to have consequences.
Yeah, if I don't pick it up, I'm not working. Like I'm happy to just lead a life of leisure.
I could see that. I could see that. I could see you doing the Stephen King thing in the mountains, living, with like a partner, building fires and shit. No,
dude, I tried doing that in Flagstaff. I was miserable.
Oh, okay, that's right.
I need things. No, I need hobbies and like events and people. And I like people.
But you're more of a leisure person. You don't.
Yeah, but
I mean,
Stephen
I guess
King
this is good. You're not a big
like
work person.
70 novels. Like he worked.
Yeah, I know, but he
earned his life of leisure. I have not earned my life of leisure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but he just, but I just know that he lives in the woods. He lives a simple life. He just knocks out novels on the weekends. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's
he does work a lot.
that's different. I want to play badminton and like ride my bike around town and like drink
And go to the
coffee
Korean
and
spa.
yeah, go to K Spa. Totally. Yeah.
You are a leisure person, which is not a bad thing. It's good because to me it also tells me that you enjoy life. You have the ability to put work aside and be in the moment.
Yeah. I mean, I'm grateful that I have the ability to make money like relatively easily.
Yeah, yeah.
If I worked full time, man,
Jets, private jets.
probably not private jets, but I'd fly business at least once or twice a year and pay for it.
Well, maybe 2025, Shaun will be working full time.
I mean, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but I would like to be working on stuff that I'm passionate about, which I don't think I've ever really found. I kind of fell into
this problem that you have is a luxury that you actually have the opportunity to choose what you want to do, and you know what I'm saying.
100%. 100%.
Most people have to go to work just to keep the lights on, no matter what, even if it's
okay,
waiting
like
tables.
Yeah, we're not going to drop the name of the book, but I told you that I have an idea for a book, which is kind of crazy. Yeah. And I was writing a gratitude list, which I want to talk to you about. I wrote like that it's preposterous that I can even consider writing a book like this as a job. That's one thing I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
The ability to like do workshops on love and sex, for a living, right? Like I should be happy.
We have to remind ourselves of that for sure. For sure.
It's a luxury.
It is a luxury. When my friends found out that this is like 5 years ago, I was doing text subscriptions where people were paying $5 a month to get my daily text.
I remember, dude.
And they're like, this is what you do. And, they're working 8 hours a day coaching and doing all these things at the gym and just, a lot of brick and mortar type of going into businesses and stressed out. And like, you motherfucker, you don't even send the text. It's your assistant that sends a text. And I said,
but you wrote the text.
Well, I said, but listen, before this, I had to like write all these books. I had to come up with the text. It didn't just come out of nowhere. I had to build a following. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I've been creating content for 10 years since 2014.
Yeah, so if you look at this, if you pull back and look at it cumulatively, the catalog of work, required work.
Yeah.
Shaun's new book is called "I Only Work Part-Time." And how you can too.
It's called the 3-Hour Work Week. I think it's
that's brilliant.
Yeah, I think it's good.
I
think it's gonna be a hit.
The 30-minute work week.
All right, John, are you ready? Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay. This is huge for me. I was terrified of doing this. Yesterday I did a 24-hour digital detox.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
No phone, no screens, no internet, no TV.
What can I ask you what got you to do that?
Yeah, the 3 days of like deep depression where I'm like and the whole holidays where I'm just like vaping and I'm on my phone and I'm just like feeling like a total fucking dirtbag and I'm just like consuming endless Reddit threads and just like 7-hour screen time on my phone. And then at some point my phone did a thing where it's like it's connecting screen time with my laptop time and my phone screen time. And then it was like, oh, you spent 4 hours on Safari. And I'm just like, what? Like you connected now all the time I spent on my laptop.
Oh, yeah.
Now and then it was like, oh, that's 12 hours of screen time. And I'm just like, all right, this is bad. This is broken.
How is that? In one day, it's 12 hours? How's that possible? Do you not
spend all day on the fucking, either on the phone or on the computer?
Wow.
I don't know. Maybe it was 10 hours, whatever.
Yeah.
So I have a buddy who told me to read a couple books, one called Dopamine Detox, one called Dopamine Nation by Anne Lemke. And I was just like, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do, I guess it was 36 hours of no screens, right? From Saturday night to this morning. And it was fantastic. It was great.
Was it hard or no? It wasn't that bad?
No, it was fine.
Yeah.
You just have to be intentional about it. Like I sent you, so I used my phone to send you a text to tell you I wasn't going.
Yeah.
And to look up directions on how to ride my bike from a bicycle cafe to downtown LA.
Well, those things should be okay. So anything that requires, ordering groceries or just kind of like life stuff, I think is okay. No,
ordering groceries. See,
that's not scrolling. That's not
I know, but
entertainment. That's logistical.
It is, but you can easily find yourself doing all sorts of logistical things. Oh, I got to order this bike part. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to call this. Oh, I got to look this up. Oh, I got to look this up. Oh, I got to do a little bit of research. Next thing you know, you're using your phone.
The phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was really like my screen time was nothing, basically. It was like 4 minutes.
Wow.
And I downloaded a podcast so I could listen to a podcast. That's what I did last night. I just painted my nails and listened to a podcast.
Oh, I see the beautiful nails.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
It's like a minty mojito.
We're going to be forced to do a digital detox, not only for 24 hours, but for an entire weekend, Valentine's weekend. So
that's funny. I'm actually going to invite people to do a real one where they like put their phones away for the whole weekend and just let us take pictures, like really like a whole, 2.5 days of no phone.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be great.
That's easier because we are in a new environment. We're also with each other. We are not home alone. Being home alone is what's hard.
I had like 47 urges.
Oh, you counted?
No, I mean, that's what it felt like, to look something up.
Yeah.
Or to like go for Reddit or go for Instagram.
Yeah.
To soothe the part of me that was feeling off.
Before, if someone said I had a phone addiction, I would be defensive and deny it, and I would say, "Well, I use it to work," But I gotta say, totally addicted. Totally addicted.
100%. Me too.
Yeah, I do use it for work, but I can't not pick it up. I can't not post or not look at it.
Yeah. You could read or listen to Dopamine Nation. I think it'll give you a lot of insights on the whole reward center. Like we're not used to having this many rewards, right? Food, nicotine,
we're
phone.
in a casino, man.
Yeah, we live in a casino.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And at the same time, we're trying to avoid pain. And so we're just hitting the lever for reward, for reward.
That is very true.
And then we're hitting the lever just to even get back to baseline, right? We're not even getting a kick out of it anymore. We're just trying to avoid the pain. Anyways, that's the very little stuff I know about dopamine, but we all need it, right? It's like, it's the thing that motivates us to like go out. And
how do you think it's going to play out? Do you think it's just going to change, or do you think the intensity is going to increase until we're just like so numb and out of touch with ourselves?
Oh, I think we're going to have to do serious intentional work to like wean ourselves off of all of these levers that we're given. Right.
Well, I think the big leap, and it really hasn't happened yet, is the whole the glasses and the 3D and like things like when you drive by a restaurant, the daily specials come up on the screen, like that kind of stuff. The whole
yeah.
That hasn't yet happened yet, but I kind of feel like that's going to be the next level where we're actually now living inside of the screen time.
Yeah, and we're going to have inside of screen time. Life will be just 24 hours of screen time.
There's no separation. Your life is screen time. There's no phone.
Well, that's where, I think that's where all the like intentionally doing hard things, like going to the gym, like taking ice baths, like not picking up your phone, like reading a real book. Like I started, we should talk about morning routine, but I started writing a page.
Morning
with
journal.
like, with a pen.
Oh, yes. We're going to forget how to write.
It hurts. It's literally painful. It's literally painful to write a page, which is like shocking. Like I'm 42 and my hands just cramping. And I want to do anything. I think writing a page is one of the most painful things I will ever do.
I wouldn't be able to read it because my writing has become so bad because I'm just being out of practice. I mean, who writes? Who physically?
Well, you don't have to read it. You're just writing to write. You're not writing to eventually like harness it or turn it into content. That's the other thing about like morning pages. It's just get it out, get the whatever you're thinking about, whether it's stressful or nice.
I don't even type anymore. Everything's voice. That's why people can't understand what I'm saying. Everything is voice. Crazy. Yeah, I just do like this. Phone to my face and I just talk into it.
I don't do that. I will actually type stuff out.
You're so analog.
You're so
2018.
It's surprising. I didn't think that the millennial would be the analog one and the Gen X would be
I know.
But you are going way of boomers where it's just like, yeah, you just talk and then you expect things to just happen, you know?
Yeah. After that, it's going to be like we don't even have to talk. We just think it, and it starts to happen.
Yeah.
There's a new. This is crazy. There's a new feature. I think they're in BMWs. I don't think I like this. You turn your head a little bit. The car knows you're changing lanes and starts changing the lanes for you after like making sure that it's clear. And I'm like, well, what if you're turning your head to like scratch or something? I mean,
or look at your partner.
Yeah, it monitors constantly monitors what you're doing in the car, and as you turn or something, then it helps you move. And it's like, why do we need that? That's crazy.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's why I have old cars, right? That no one can control or monitor. It's just me and my old car. John, what's your morning routine? The real morning routine.
I've had so many in my life these days because of a child. I'm up early. I'm up like 5:30 or 6 because the child's up, or Logan's up, and coffee and meditation is the first thing. So drink of water, pee, coffee, and a small coffee, nothing big, no giant venti, just a small black coffee. Sit on the couch. I could actually meditate or kind of get into a meditative state while Logan is watching Bluey. So she needs the TV on, and we have to turn the TV on so she's doing something, right? Or else she's climbing all over me. So I do that. I don't eat breakfast or anything. And then I will pick up my phone, just go through some important stuff, scan, emails that need urgency. And then some days I will intermittent fast. Some days I won't. I fell off that wagon. It was really good for me, but it's hard to do now.
Yeah.
So I'll eat something light, and then get to work, man. So whether it's creating content, podcasting, meetings, that kind of stuff. And then I always cut my day in half. So I make it to the gym at around 11, and I try to take the motorcycle. So I'm getting a meditation on a motorcycle. I'm getting some flow state dopamine. That's kind of a natural ride there. There's no traffic at 11. And then I get it in a great workout. Try to get in some social time. Bump a few chests. Say hi. And then by the time I get home, I'm like reset. I'm ready to go again. And then I may do a quick ice, and then at about 2:33, I'm like my day starting again. And then, then I switch gears now, like work on my book or a different type of creative process.
Interesting. Cool. It's a great routine.
What about you? Or you're creating a new one?
Well, so so over the holidays, I switched my routine, but before my routine used to be wake up, go grab my phone, scroll for an hour in bed.
Yeah.
Which
so
sounds terrible, but actually probably very common.
Oh, dude, who doesn't do that?
And then I feel like a total piece of shit. Right after an hour, I'm just like, get out of bed, you fucking loser. There's like I've opened all of the apps, I've cleared all of the notifications. I've done the mini crossword, I've done Wordle, I've done all that.
Okay, we're talking about games. Okay, no, I don't do any games on my phone.
Yeah, I've looked at all my field matches, Instagram messages, DM, all that stuff. But so now I was like, okay, that has to stop because it's making me feel like shit, and I'm waking up not happy, and I want to wake up happy-ish. And so for this last, I think, week and a half now, it's been wake up around 6:30 or 7, meditate for 10 minutes using the Waking Up app, Sam Harris's Waking Up app. Do morning pages. So write one page, not even a full page. Like this is like a half page, right? A notebook. And then lately I've added read a spiritual thing, do a gratitude list, just 5 really quickly, like money, dog, body, car, house,
Is the gratitude list, because it's very common, how do you do a gratitude list that actually sticks instead of just kind of saying the same things over and over again?
I think you just have to, you can say some of the same things over, and then you just have to get creative.
Yeah.
I'm part of a group where I get people's gratitude lists every morning. It's like an AA thing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so I get to read other people's gratitude lists, and then sometimes that gives me ideas about what I'm grateful for. And then I'll walk. Yeah.
I kill two birds, which I know we're not supposed to say. I forgot what we're supposed to say instead of that these days.
You can kill two birds. I don't
sure?
think the aviary community is up in arms.
I know, vegans killing animals is
you can kill.
Okay. So
they're sick birds.
Yeah, I put two birds out of their misery, the sick birds, by writing, and the writing I do is about gratitude, but it can't be the things I usually are grateful for. I try to think of just the things in the cracks.
Yeah.
Moments, things I can't, I'm not just gonna say, oh, my daughter, my house, like it just, because then it doesn't stick, and it's like now I'm just going through the motions. I'm actually not feeling the gratitude.
Yeah. I think that's great. That's a great strategy.
Yeah, and there's something about writing, as you know, that's more powerful than just like thinking it or saying it. Yeah.
Well, that's three birds, right? Because you're also putting the birds out of their misery. That's one thing, and then there's the writing, and then there's the gratitude. That's a lot.
What birds am I putting in? Oh, the mental chatter. The mental chatter. Yes.
Okay, a couple other things happen. Well, then I'll walk the dog, then I'll have coffee, then I'll pick up my phone. So there's a lot of things. They're like little things, but there's a lot of little things to do before I pick up my phone.
Can I just add a side note? I think it's hot that you, and this is totally, if you're listening, you're probably like, John, you're such a bird walker. Speaking of birds, I want to compliment you on you painting your fingernails. No, I'll tell you why. Shaun,
Thank you, John.
Listen.
No, I was hoping we'd talk about it.
I don't know anyone else who does it. I do have a friend who's a breathwork coach, and he gets a lot of attention from women because he's attractive, but also he's masculine and feminine.
Uh-huh.
He paints his toenails, not his fingernails, his toenails, and he's a lot of time walking around in sandals, right?
Yeah.
And I noticed this once because he used to do breathwork at my retreats, and I was like, oh, he could pull this off. And he had like colorful toenails, and there was a confidence, a certainty about, hey, this is the way I want to express myself, and this is me. That didn't make you feel it. What is that? Is that my side? Sorry.
Is that an Amber Alert?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. It sounded like kind of an Amber Alert. I don't know. We're not sure. Okay, no one's getting kidnapped. Never mind. It seemed like one of those. But I think you also have the same thing where you painting your fingernails, you're doing it with such ease, organic confidence that it's not coming from approval-seeking place or attention-seeking place. So it's
no, but I was a little nervous actually this morning. I was like, what's he gonna say? Seriously.
Yeah.
So I used to paint my nails probably like when I went to Burning Man more and was just like
right
into like weirdo communities. I mean, it's not a huge thing, but it is something. It's not nothing for a man to paint his nails. But
no,
I hadn't done it in a long time. And then Roger bit my thumb, and then my thumb turned purple. My thumbnail turned purple, and I kept on seeing it, going like, "Oh, my fingernails are painted," and I was like, "Oh no, that's just a purple nail." And then that got me thinking, "Oh, I should do it again." And then I went through. I have this like makeup kit for like parties, like face paint and all this kind of stuff. And there was nail polish in there. And then for New Year's, I decided to paint my nails after I saw you for the vision board thing. Before I went to the rave, I painted my fingernails.
Yeah.
And I liked it.
I think it's great, man. I think I also think there's a lot of men who will judge it.
Oh, for sure.
Even men around us. Yeah,
Definitely.
Old school.
And but what's cool is going to Pharos.
What?
What's cool is going to Pharos, lifting heavy weights, barbells with fingernails.
It's the peanut butter and chocolate.
It's the peanut butter and chocolate.
Meaning that I could lift weights and have pretty nails.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not oil and water.
It's not oil and water. So a couple other things. I was I was like kind of down in the dumps after New Year's for a couple days. And I was talking to my friend, and she goes, "Hey, I hate to say this, but like, when was the last time you went to an AA meeting?" And I was like, "What?" Like, years ago, like I don't do AA anymore.
Yeah.
She was like, "I don't know, just thinking, could be cool, So that night I went to an AA meeting.
Wow.
And I asked a buddy, where should I go? He told me this place. He's like, I think it's like a hipster meeting. I walk in, it's full on hipster meeting.
Like, shit, Silver Lake?
Like Los Feliz.
Oh yeah, of course.
Just everyone tatted up, smoking, dressed in black. Like, it's actually kind of annoying just how hipster it is, and how LA it is.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find a seat. And then I eventually did sit down, and like what I noticed was half the guys around me had their fingernails painted.
Oh,
chipped out black, just kind of like grimy. Yeah, musicians. And then I met a couple cool guys.
Nice.
And they told me about another meeting, and so I went, and that has helped me like reconnect to spirit and to God a little bit more, and to get out of my own head and to help other people who have less sobriety than I do, which is like, that's the whole thing about AA. Right.
I love how open you are when it comes to things like this. You just go and do it, like the anger workshop you did recently. Someone mentions an AA meeting, 98% of the people would not then go that night. They may consider it.
Yeah, I even asked a friend, I was like, hey, do you know a good meeting? He's like, nah, I'm really out of touch. But I can have a friend go with you if you want. And I was like, nah, I'm good. I'll just go.
Yeah. You're also a drifter. You're also someone that does things solo.
Yeah.
Like me, yes.
And I went and I sat and I talked to people, and a couple people talked to me, and it felt nice. It was like a really cool experience.
I had to get to become a licensed therapist. I don't know what it is now, but I had to attend X amount of 12-step. It was a lot. It was like 100 or something. It was ridiculous. And,
oh wow, that's cool.
I went to all of them. Al-Anon, sex
Overeaters,
and love addiction,
sex and love, yeah.
Gold diggers? What did you say?
Overeaters.
Overeaters. I was like, gold diggers. That makes sense in Los Angeles. Yeah, there's
for sure.
There's
That's
a
in
gold
Beverly
diggers
Hills. Yeah, it's on the west side.
Yeah. Yes, I went to that one. But good.
What was your like takeaway from these 12-step groups?
I mean, they're groups. I mean, in AA, you don't share a lot. You don't share. It's not like a therapy group. You know what I'm saying? But it is therapeutic.
Oh, you share a lot. It depends on the format of the meeting.
I guess what I'm saying is, yes, you do share, but it's very different than like in our men's group where you have a facilitator and you're spinning plates, and it's different than a therapy group.
Yeah, it's not a therapy group. It's a
support
meeting.
Group.
It's a meeting. Yeah.
It's a support group. Yeah,
you get to share a little bit if you can, and if you can't, you can share with somebody else after.
The value is listening to. What I found was the value is listening to other people's stories.
Sure,
that's the value.
Yeah, that's how you can. I mean, that's what happens. You kind of connect with somebody's story.
Well, also your problems. When you hear other people are going through, your problems. My God, you don't have problems.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I used to go to this meeting. We used to say that, like, if everybody put their problem in the middle of the room, by the end of the meeting, you'd be fighting to get your problem back.
Yeah, that's funny. That is funny. Yeah,
like I remember a buddy, Bob, who was basically going through like a really messy divorce.
Yeah,
and he was making something like $1 million a year, and so his child support and his alimony were based on $1 million a year. But then he lost his job, but the payment was still based on $1 million a year.
Wow!
And so he was paying out like $100,000, like he couldn't afford the payment, and there was nothing they could do until like his next court date or something.
Wow.
And I heard that and I was just like, what am I complaining about again? Like, I forget. I don't even remember.
My Wi-Fi's bad in my new apartment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's no cell service in the back bedroom of my apartment.
Yeah.
So that does put things into perspective.
Yes, that's what I found really powerful, is hearing other people's stories, realizing that you're not the only one going through it.
Everybody's going through some.
Oh yeah.
And then you got people with much less than I have.
People that shouldn't be in the room.
No. But people that have less, they're less fortunate and they're more grateful. they're happier with life. And I'm just like, damn, dude, I got to fucking turn this around.
Africa, man. People have nothing and they're smiling and finding joy and jumping. I mean, not everyone, but from the videos I see. Right?
I just
they
think
haven't
about
eaten in 3 weeks and they're still doing cartwheels.
And they find a Coke bottle.
Yeah.
And they get all crazy.
Yeah. We're mad because, whatever. We can't find
I couldn't find parking at the gym. I had to park on the street.
Yeah.
Dude, what's up with that? Day. That's lame.
Hey, I think I told you this. I think you and I both have dysthymia, which is a mild form of depression. I know you struggle a little bit with depression, and so do I. It doesn't wipe me out. Dysthymia is a very low grade. But I don't know if I get it from my dad, but I could also feel a little depressed some days, and not know why. I do bounce back, but that's been a common theme in my life.
Oh, I relate to that.
Yeah.
It doesn't take me out.
No, but you come back. You come back.
It'll take me to Rite Aid, where I'll buy a whole pint of Ben and Jerry's and eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
In an effort to soothe.
I do that. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Ben and Jerry's flavor?
Chunky Monkey.
No way.
You don't like banana and chocolate?
I don't like banana. No, I don't like banana. I like bananas. I don't like anything banana flavored.
It doesn't hold up now because our taste buds change. And when I was in college, that was my flavor. But it's too decadent. It's way too sweet for a 51-year-old man.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Hey, what happened to how like there's no like old candy there's no old candy anymore? Like Runts, you can't get Runts anymore.
Yeah, they're because who buys old candy? Think about it. Like the kids growing up, they're not buying a big hunk bar. Or 1,000 grand? Is it 1,000 grand?
I think it might be. Or no, it's 100 grand.
It's 100 grand. 1,000 grand sounds like some fucking
I think 1,000 grand is a million, actually. It
1,000 grand. Sounds like something my mom would say.
Yeah, 1,000 grand is a million.
Well, that's the Korean version of that.
But Runts were good, except for the banana flavor. Nerds? Can you still buy Nerds?
No, Nerds are still out. Logan eats Nerds. Cup of Gold was a big one back in the 80s.
Is that a cup of noodle thing?
Cup of Gold. It was chocolate and nougat in a Reese's peanut butter cup type of thing. It was called Cup of Gold.
Wow, that's old school.
That is old school.
Yeah.
Taffy. No one eats taffy anymore.
Can't. It'll pull your crown right off.
Yeah. It's all like that color dye nasty shit from the 80s that people don't buy anymore, so they've all gone out of business. Yeah.
Interesting.
Wait, real quick, before we get off, what is your favorite candy bar?
Oh, I don't really I mean...
Like, if you had to pick one.
One?
Yeah.
Like, for the rest of my life?
I mean, generally speaking, I would say Milky Way is mine.
Well, I like a crunchy, but you'll find those in Canada. You won't find them here. It's honeycomb.
Yeah,
it's a honeycomb candy bar. It's my dad's favorite candy bar, actually. Real quick, I'm a fish food guy.
A fish food?
Yeah, for Ben and Jerry's.
Oh, fish food. Yeah. Got
chocolate, caramel, marshmallow fluff.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's really sweet. Yeah. It's way too sweet.
Yeah, way too sweet.
But I'll eat it. I'll complain about it, but I'll eat the whole thing.
You'll eat the whole tub.
In 2 sittings.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling real bad in 1 sitting.
Yeah.
And then I try not to beat myself up about it.
All right, you ready for questions?
Actually, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, John.
Bring it.
I
Remember
hope
that term in the 90s? Bring it.
Yeah, I'm bringing it. I hope this isn't too personal.
Shaun's attempt again at pushing me into a corner. Let's see what he's got this time.
So on your vision board, is this fair game?
We should do a segment called "Make John Uncomfortable."
This is definitely it.
Make him squirm. Okay, let me see.
Okay, you said something about the best sex of your life.
Oh, I knew it was gonna be sexual. I fucking knew it was gonna be sexual. Yeah. Well, listen, man. I didn't have to put any words together, but the term. It must have been like in a health magazine. It said best sex ever. Not best sex of your life. This is best sex ever. How could I not cut that out? Also, who would not want that? So I cut that out and put that on my vision board. What's the question?
The question is, like, what does that look like? Like, how do you bring, what is best sex ever? Like,
that is actually a great question.
Like, what's missing? I guess what's missing, or what could be added for the best sex? I'm super curious.
I think the best, because I think it changes, right? I think it is a bit of a moving target. Like what I thought was the best sex, say my 20s is very different than what I think is the best sex now. I need runway and eye contact and foreplay and stuff. Man, in my 20s, all I needed was a breeze, Yeah. And so connection's a big component. But I like to think the best sex ever is not just the primary colors, but like that whole, 48 box of crayons, meaning there's a lot of variety, meaning you can make love. Also, you can have quickies. Also, you can explore. You could do role, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like going on this. I like sex being a journey that you and your partner go on together, and that journey has edges and hilltops, and like, it's like you're painting with all the colors. That's not just a primary. That's what my definition is. Best
broad
sex.
Spectrum.
Not the mechanical. We do it this time. I mean, especially for parents that could fall this way. We've got 30 minutes. This is what we do. We start with this position, then we do this, and we do that.
I like that.
Yeah, that's the best sex ever.
Thanks, man.
It's not based on a certain position. It's based on exploration, mutual exploration to me.
Yeah.
Enthusiasm.
I think I want that. I want someone to go deep with, and I don't mean
you want to make love.
I want to make love.
You want to do that tantra shit. This is what I call sting sex. You want and since you only work part-time, you've got the time to.
I do have time. My favorite sex is these like 2-3 hour like love making sessions.
No one's got time. Listeners like, what? Rolling eyes.
No, they're not.
No one's got
rolling eyes. They're not rolling eyes, dude. Listeners, hey listener, they're not rolling eyes. They're like, yeah, I want that. I want to do that.
I mean, yes, okay. I want it too. Everyone wants that, but who has the time, 2-3 hours of their day to make love?
You know what? If you put your phone down, you just gained 2 hours minimum.
Well, for someone else to also have that time that matches your time,
they put their phone down.
Yeah.
2 people putting their phones down, you just gained 2 hours.
When we were younger, so when I was younger, there were times you can do it 3 times, 4 times, like go multiple times.
Exactly. Put all those together. That's one 2-hour session.
Unless you're on a vacation. If you're a parent, that is not a thing.
I'm not talking about parents. We know parents.
Some of our listeners are parents.
I know, but some of our listeners are parents that also want 2-3 hour lovemaking sessions.
We want them. I'm just saying it's very hard to achieve in your 40s and 50s, especially if you are a parent.
Sure.
The 2-3 hour lovemaking session for 2 people to be on the same page and want that at the same time is like winning the lottery. It's like 3 sevens lining up. Boom, boom, boom.
I disagree. I don't think it's that rare.
Okay.
I just think that people don't make the time for it. Like my favorite thing, I don't know, who knows? Maybe I'm out to lunch here, but sex as the date, like the date experience is
in the bedroom. Like you never leave the bedroom.
We wouldn't even do it in the bedroom. We'd bring it to the living room.
Oh, you got to clear the living room. You got to clear furniture and shit.
You clear furniture. I brought these like mattresses out. Like you got.
Oh my god.
You got sheepskins. You've got candles. There's chocolate. There's like the whole thing. It does sound kind of absurd, actually, now that I'm describing it. But it's a beautiful experience.
I mean, I want that. That sounds amazing. I just think it's hard to execute. I think it's easy to execute when you were younger. You know when you would like not even call in sick from work and you just never leave the bed, and you go like 4 times with a very short what's it called, reactory period.
Refractory
period. And then you order in and that's the whole date. That's what you're talking about. Yes, that is lovely. That is very 20s to me.
30s.
30s. Do we want that? Of course we want that. Of course I want that. That would be amazing. People probably don't want that every day because it's not sustainable.
Well, you can't do it every day.
No, once in a while you're saying.
Do anything every day that loses power.
Yes.
You know.
There's
Okay,
also an adult version of that where you're traveling or you're going to Portugal or you're doing something and it's romantic and one day you never leave the hotel room, right? So
I don't like that you're like calling my thing not like adult like it's for teenagers. Teenagers aren't putting together a lovemaking session for 3 hours with beautiful playlists and roses and chocolate and all that stuff.
It's fantasy is what I'm saying. It's not okay. I shouldn't say it adult or teenagers. As teenagers, when we didn't have much of a life and we were ruled by our emotions and lust and all that, that was realistic. That could happen. We could go under the bleachers and do all these things. As a 51-year-old man with a child, it's just so hard to execute. I do want those. I do want that. That sounds lovely. Yeah.
We do have.
I would rather
lives.
do that than go see a movie and have dinner. Trust
me.
We
have different lives. We have different lives for sure.
Yes, true.
I mean, I don't have a kid, and I've lived alone, and I've had yeah, it's better than a movie date. Like when couples are like, "Hey, what movie should we watch tonight?" It's like, if you're a couple, if you're in a relationship and you're watching a lot of TV, that can be all that TV time. When you're like, where are they going to find the time? TV time.
Hey, you don't have to convince me, man. I agree with you. I'm just saying it's hard to execute or to convince your partner that we should, be in bed for 3 hours. That's very hard to convince your partner to do that.
Yeah, not 3, maybe 2, maybe 1.5. Hey, we need questions, listener. So 657-549-1001, 657-549-1001. Also, leave us a review. We got a whole bunch of them over the holidays, and they're really nice to read.
Oh, nice.
Real quick, John, you were right. It's okay to share a phone plan with family members, but you do have to pay for it.
Yes, thank you.
So I heard from a lot of people, they're like, yeah, it's fine, but you have to pay for it. If not the whole plan, your portion of the plan. So
and if you don't pay for it, then what are you? Failure to launch?
You're a mooch is what they call it.
A mooch. Yes.
I had to actually archive the post because we posted it during my depression and I couldn't handle the negative comments and I had to delete the thing. It was too bad for my mental health.
Yeah.
So
Shaun reads everything.
I'm going to be Venmoing my mother $40 from now on.
Yeah. Oh. Can you post a receipt so we all know you did it?
Yeah, I can post a receipt.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Fuck, John.
Yeah. I mean, we could all say we're going to Venmo people. I want to see the receipt.
Okay. All right. Fuck, man. Yeah. Whoa. Sorry, I wasn't ready. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
What's this one? Okay, let's see. It's it's a surprise. I don't know what this one is.
Hi, guys. This is Heidi. I am 51, calling from the Northeast, and I have a question I'm grappling with. I have been seeing a man for not very long, maybe a month or so. Things are going great. Everything's awesome. It's a tail end of a divorce, and we were kind of hot and heavy and doing great. And then he said he wanted to kind of cool off until his divorce was final because he feels like he owes that to me and to himself. And I am struggling with it, honestly. Not sure what that really means, if it really means that or if it means I'm scared and I don't want to do this. And I just wanted to get your advice because you guys always have great, solid advice. Thank you. And I hope that you answered my question.
Thank you for asking this question. It's actually a very common question. And it doesn't have to be a divorce that the person's going through, but anyone coming out of a relationship, if they want space or they're not ready, here's the thing. So I want to validate how you feel first because you invest in someone and now they're saying they want space or they want some distance or they're going too fast. And of course, we can internalize that and take that very personally. So that could set off alarm bells. You don't know if it's true or, all that. Or you internalize and think it's something about you. But if someone wants space, you have to give it to them, because what's the alternative? Like, force them, even though they want space, like force them to be close to you. Like it won't work at all. People going through a divorce or any kind of long-term relationship, there's a lot of residue there's a lot of stuff they're probably not even aware of that's going to come up, and you got to give them space to work through that. And I think the dangling carrot here is, if you do, and what they're saying is true, they're going to value that so much in you. It's such a great gift that you can give someone space, not run, and say, hey, I'm here, I still want to invest in this, I'm giving you space. Like, to me, for someone to give that to the other, that's such a great gift, and also telling of one's capacity and character. So when the guy returns after working through his stuff, he's bringing more to the table. You've given him a huge gift, so it's just gonna be a powerful way to enter the relationship again.
I love that. Yeah. I love that you were that you asked the question of, like, what is the other option? Like, if somebody asks for space, you can't just say no.
No. Well, you could say fuck you, I'm out. Then you could do that. You could threaten, but
right. You could leave.
Yeah, you could leave.
You could leave. Interesting. What I found curious was that she wants us to tell her whether he's lying or not.
Well, we don't know.
If he's being truthful about actually needing space, or if he's just not into it anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that's the question for a lot of people.
Yes,
when someone says something, it's like,
right,
is that real? Is that really the reason they need space, or they don't want to be with me, or they acted that way? And, like, I don't know. I have no idea whether he's being truthful or not. Like, is it possible that he got excited, slept with you a bunch of times, started feeling badly about his ex-partner, that he's still untangling the divorce? Like, of course that's possible. Is it possible that he also got what he wanted and he's no longer interested? Yes. That's also possible. So I think she just doesn't want to feel like an idiot of giving this guy space when he's already checked out.
Well, I'll tell you what you can do is you could say, oh, you want space? Yeah, I get it. Tell me more. What's going on? And if the person starts telling you, oh, this is what's happening, and then you're going to build more trust, because you can tell the person's being honest because how specific the person is. If the person's like, oh, I don't know, I just need space, and isn't willing to be vulnerable or to talk to you about it, to me, then that's like, okay, now I don't know if this is real.
100%.
Yeah.
I think people, when they hear news that they don't want to hear, they're very hesitant to dig deeper.
Yes, but dig deeper, not by being a detective, but just being curious. So you're not putting the person on stand.
Yeah.
A stand. A stand?
Yeah, the witness stand.
The witness stand.
Yeah.
You're not putting the person on a podium or the witness stand. You are exploring, coming from care. Oh, you're going through stuff. Of course you are. You're going through a divorce. Tell me about it. How can I be supportive to you?
Yeah. But I think people's egos get kind of wrapped up in this too, right? So, like, she gets hurt, right? She's hurt.
Yeah.
That he needs to cool off, right?
A month in is nothing. Hot. Yeah. A month is short.
A month is short, but it's also enough to get, like, real excited about somebody, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't take long. So now she might be hurt, right? Or her ego's bruised. She's disappointed because she had found someone that she really likes, and like, now he's no longer interested, or he needs to cool off. And so I think it's okay to be like, to say something like, "Oh, wow, I'm actually really disappointed."
Yes, to be honest,
I have really enjoyed our time together, and I also understand. Can you tell me a little bit more about what you're going through? Right. Yeah. I like that, curious without being a prosecutor, right?
Yes.
Like, bring some humanity to the whole thing, but also you have to talk about this. A text that's like, hey,
no text.
I'm kind of going through stuff. Yeah. Can we cool off a little bit? And then you go, okay, that's fine. Just reach out when you're ready. That's not the strategy.
That's not going to work. Yeah, that's not fair. There's also a responsibility if he is able to go deeper and be vulnerable and tell you his inner journey. That's a very responsible thing to do. I like that. I have not been responsible at least once where I jumped into something way too fast because I thought someone was very attractive or they kissed me back. So I was like, it's on. And I was very irresponsible. I wasted 6 months of someone's time. I shouldn't say wasted. I don't believe that all collisions are waste, but
Yeah.
it was very up and down, and I wasn't ready to be in anything, and I should have been more responsible.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible that he isn't ready to be in something and he's trying to let you know. But yeah,
which is admirable.
Yeah, as long as you can kind of back it up and not just fire off a text.
Yeah.
My therapist, I used to have this girlfriend in Montreal that every now and then would cancel or like reschedule plans. And I was really looking forward to it. Oh, this is someone that I would do these like 2-3 hour lovemaking sessions. So imagine that the whole stage is set and then you get the text message that they can't come.
Yeah. You're already doing breathing techniques. You've got all the
I got the cock ring on. I'm wearing loose flowy pants.
Is this the person that you texted me her photo? You said this is my ex?
No, that's somebody else. Okay. No, that was my most recent ex.
Okay.
I bet people wish they knew what my exes looked like.
Oh, same thing. I'm sure. I mean, people are nosy. Of course, they want. I'll bet you they would be like, you know, what's a great episode, Shaun and John. Let's just show and tell. Let's show us photos of everyone you've been with.
Oh my God, yeah, I would never do that. But yeah,
no, I can't. Yeah.
So this woman every now and then would flake or reschedule for valid reasons, but it was still very painful and very disappointing. And my therapist at some point was like, "Oh, did you tell her that you were disappointed?" I was like, "What? No. God, ew. Why would I?" And she was like, "To let her know how you feel." And I was like, "Okay." And so I started telling her when I was disappointed.
Yeah.
She would say, "Hey, I can't come tonight," and you know, whatever, this came up, and I go, "Oh, well, that's too bad. I'm really disappointed. I was really looking forward to seeing you."
Mm-hmm.
So that she could understand the impact of her behavior on me.
Yes, and I want to put a little caveat. It is totally, I think, good and healthy to say, "Hey, yeah, I'm disappointed. I was so excited to seeing you," but then there has to be a line where you don't now become needy, or you don't make the person feel guilty, or you don't pout, or you know all the things that I used.
You just end it there. Say,
you just end it there.
I was really looking forward to seeing you, and then you don't like retaliate on them or like.
Well,
make
some
them
people
grovel.
Were like, well, what the fuck? What are you doing? Where are you going? Who are you going with? Like, why are you canceling? You know, that kind of stuff.
No, right. You have to like practice letting go.
Being okay with it.
Accepting.
Yeah,
well,
accepting.
Yeah. I don't know if you're okay with it. I guess.
I mean,
it's hard
you have
to be okay with it when you're hurt.
Well, you could express how you feel, but be okay and accepting of your partner's decision.
Sure.
You know? Yeah. You can't be like,
it's...
well, I already got my cock ring on. I already canceled.
Yeah,
we're
not.
About?
Yeah, no, we're not making people feel bad.
Yes, we're not making people feel bad or responsible. And listen, these are things I've been guilty of. One of the things that I do is I pout like a child, and it's very
I've noticed this.
It's very attractive. Women love it. Yeah. But I pout, and they feel that energy, and they're like, "Come on, dude," you know. Or I used to a lot more. Not so much.
I was kidding when I said I've noticed this. Like I was. In our relationship, you pouting, you know, because you can't get your way with me.
It's disappointing a little bit that you said that. A little hurtful.
So it's like she didn't like. I put the cock ring on right before she came. That's on me. I can't blame someone for that, right?
Also, a little too early. A little too early, Shaun. Couldn't you wait until she got there?
Well, I was priming it. Have you ever used a cock ring?
No, never.
Oh man, I got to get you one.
I don't think I need it. I don't think what it does is it holds your boner, right? It makes you stay hard, right? That's what a cock ring does.
It helps. It makes the boner even harder.
I don't have that. I'd rather take a quarter of a pill. Yeah.
No,
I don't want something around my cock. I don't want to feel like a.
You're gonna take a pharmaceutical over a mechanical?
It strangles your penis, dude. It's like a. I know what it does. It strangles your penis with the blood.
Strangle it, dude. It gently holds it in a way where it can get up to 10 to 15% bigger.
Oh, there's an increase. Bigger?
Yeah, dude. Yes. There's an increase in blood flow, and so it could. Yeah, it does.
Is it like a hair tie? Is it like a hair tie you put on?
It's the one I have is metal.
Oh, fuck that! I'm not like it's like
fine, dude.
You just have pigeon's foot, man. I'm not.
You have to just get fitted properly. We'll go to the store. You'll pull it out. They'll fit you for it.
Is that what they do?
No.
Oh my God, Shaun! You almost convinced me. That's what they do. It's like
so. We'll end on this because I know you have a call.
Yes.
But in sex stores, in like, so I got this one in the Castro, this particular cock ring, and it's metal. It's like solid, heavy metal. You can buy it. This is going to be crazy. You're going to hate this. You can return it if it's the wrong size. And then they put it in an autoclave, like a dentist, you know, how a dentist like fixes their, or like disinfects their tools.
I'm not putting a metal. I also don't know how metal would work, but I'm not putting a metal ring on my penis. Clamping on a metal ring. I mean, that sounds like some like
underneath the balls.
Oh, it's underneath the ball. Oh yeah, clamps around the whole thing.
Yeah.
It sounds uncomfortable. It sounds like nipple clamps. It sounds like it's like a torture device. It doesn't sound pleasant at all. But
we'll just leave there. I'll show you sometime.
Hey, let's end with this. If you have any experience with cock rings, any person, whether you are have experience with your partner using one or you used one yourself, let us know what that's like.
Yeah, 657-549-1001. Any questions, any comments, any concerns, feedback for John and I, send us to the principal's office, 657-549-1001. That's what we're calling any feedback, is we're going to the principal's office.
Yeah, holding hands, and not pointing fingers, but taking responsibility. Thank you for listening. Be well.
All right. Have a beautiful week.